Hey, there's God here, and now Arise for season 2 has been confirmed, and they did justice to the Arise scene here. I'm so happy so far with everything they have done with the series, and this has been basically just the prologue of the story, and feels like we're just starting there. And thankfully we have season 2 confirmed and some leaks which we're gonna talk a bit later on towards the end of the video. But this episode, thank you A1 for what you have done with the series, the animation, the care and love for a story like this. I know it's a power fantasy and people are going into a story like this with very wrong expectations. They're expecting, I don't know, the best writing ever world, when this is pure and simple a power fantasy, and I'm having so much fun with it. But anyway, enough rambling, let's get into the episode. Picks up straight from last week with Jinwoo having to survive versus the monsters there in the horde mode, the knights, the mages. And one important thing, yes, he has grown stronger, but probably the biggest strength that he has is his his mentality, his willpower, not giving up, being willing to do anything and everything to push himself as far as possible to survive there, even being mocked by system slash inner demons there. I really like the look on his pre-power up self, how evil he looked there, looking down on himself. They did that really cool there, the change in personality, kind of trying to push him down even more, triggering his trauma a bit from the first 2 episodes that we've gotten in the series. And I like throughout the episode how Wu and the president are talking about this reawakening and somebody having to change the status quo a bit, and Jinwoo throughout he has been doing exactly that. Can't wait for so many cool moments to come. But speaking throughout the episode, while Jinwoo was fighting the knights there, we have the Jeju Island raid happening, them reaching there, and there's also an end credit scene. Make sure to check that one out. Apparently the ants have been evolving. It's, if you guys remember from first episode, they showed a bit with Jeju Island building up what's to come there. Can't wait for Chahae-in, also Choi. We're gonna have a lot of things with Jeju Island, but the focus on this episode is the job change there, and Jinwoo was on his last legs, getting beaten up, no more resources, healing, anything, even got his head crushed into the floor there by one of the big knights. But perfect timing, getting saved by the penalty quest. He missed his daily quest, so he gets transported to the penalty zone. That actually saved his life, even he admits that. Hey, stroke of luck. Luck is a skill also. I know some people are gonna count it as pull, so what? I don't care. It's just fun here, and he starts getting a bit of revenge from the first time he was in the penalty zone, killing some centipedes, recovering a bit. There, buys a new weapon, the Night Killer, to have a better chance at dealing damage against armored opponents there, and uses the Igris stone skill, the one that he got from killing Igris. Skill gives him ruler's hand, basically telekinesis, allows him to move objects with his mind there. And keep in mind ruler, that's gonna be very important into the future there. I'm not gonna go into spoilers, don't worry there. Now he goes back and starts butchering knights left and right there, and figures out that the mages were the ones that were summoning the knights, so he has to go after them. And they did such a great job with the animation, the transitions, especially some of the scenes with him jumping, the fluidity of it while he was butchering the mages there, and even him fighting against that huge ass golem towards the end. Awesome to end this job quest here with the horde mode. So he survives, and from here is my favorite thing throughout the episode. Finally see the benefits of this quest, advanced class, and kind of the system analyzed him, how he was, what he fought, how he fought things, his mentality, his skill, how he handled certain situation here kind of made him this walking disaster. Basically his description, I'm paraphrasing a bit, wherever the player goes the angel of death follows. And a bit more. I really like that description there. And player craves great power and blazed his own trail without relying on others. The solo part in solo leveling, I know guys, I know that one. And its thirst for strength calls forth ghosts that roam the valley of death, the valley of shadow of death there. And his job, the one that gets presented to him, is very confusing and surprising for Jinwoo, because his entire build is kind of like a frontliner or slash assassin, since he got the stealth skill, but he gets shadow army in a way, the class necromancer here, and wasn't too happy about that. I wouldn't be myself also, but we know here how necromancers are. He kind of gets an example, so kind of like the system pushed him towards this. Everything has been part of the plan, so to say, to get him to this class, to this moment is gonna be very important moving forward. At first he refused that, but he gets a notification that it's a hidden class, and he decides to accept that very directly thereafter that. But the important thing is he got a lot of bonuses here, a lot of them, and kind of allowed him to get to another advanced class past this, becoming a shadow monarch. And that's gonna be very important. Keep in mind monarch also here, and they did it justice to this moment, and him getting shadow aura, gets to see the shadow aura of the dead knights around him there, gets 2 skills, shadow extraction, to be able to extract shadows, like to summon them after that, and also shadow storage, to summon them anytime he wants, and has to give a command to how to use that skill. Arise. I really like that so much, and again the voice actor did such a cool job to it. And here thankfully they did justice to how the shadow army looks. They look so cool, considering one of the strongest points for solo leveling in the manhwa is the art. And to translate that into anime, they didn't took the route with having CGI or making them look very bland. The aura for them, the shapes, that fluidity they have, oof, they did it so good there. And he summons a bunch of the knights, mages, so he basically has an army right now. No more solo leveling. Even he said it. He said the line, guys. He said the line there. But he gets the idea to summon Igris to get his shadow. Now he tries, first time fails, second time fails, and after that he kind of gives Igris a reason to keep going, kind of changing his perspective. Serve me instead of an empty throne, you still have more to offer, like kind of changing Igris, instead of having him rust away there, giving him motivation to get back up. And holy fuck, Igris looks cool as a shadow. They did amazing on that scene, and I like the emphasis when he says arise. It gives it so much depth in the voice. And Igris getting summoned and then kneeling in front of him along with all of the other knights, kneeling down, and he has his own shadow army as the shadow monarch. So now the prologue is finished, and I'm so happy. They did such a good job, and even expanding some of the scenes from the manhwa, the animation, the fight with Igris, the fight with the snake there, the voice actor is probably one of the biggest thing that gives the anime so much attention. He's a new voice actor, but he has done more than amazing for the character, especially those scenes of anger there, A1 with the animation. And thankfully we have had season 2 confirmed here, and I'm so happy about it. Hopefully it's going to get a full adaptation. I have it here, let me find it. Now, according to leakers, take this with huge grain of salt, but also seems to be true, so not confirmed, but hey, just wanna share it out there. Apparently it's planned for a total of 6 cours. So this could mean like a full adaptation, which hopefully you're going to get this. And season 2 was supposed to get released like close to this year, like towards the end of the year, or a bit faster. But it's probably gonna be in winter 2025 from what people are saying, with some freelancers also working on the animation. But please take your time with it. I don't need another MAPPA situation rushing just to get it out. I'd be willing to wait 1 year, 2 year, make it there. I hope this leak turns out to be true and they keep the quality here, because this has been just the prologue. If you want epic power fantasy, just the rule of cool, watch Solo Leveling, and he has been a treat. Now, I saw the complaints, people were complaining about the series, nothing's happening basically, even though we had so many hype episodes. They're wasting time on side characters, even though that was one of the flaws for the manga, which they kind of improved here. Some extra scenes, the animation went more than hard, the music was on point, the voice actor, everything. But yeah, this is just the prologue. And if you have read the manhwa, I'm sure you guys know, but let me know down in the comments below from both sides. If you have read the manhwa, what do you think so far of the adaptation? Have they done a good job? Have they done a bad job? And if you're anime only, what do you think so far of Solo Leveling? Just first impression of this prologue, so to say. And are you gonna watch more? Are you excited? Let me know in the comments below. And as always, thank you very much for watching. Remember to like and subscribe, helps me quite a lot, and you guys get the latest videos on the series that I follow. Unfortunately, the podcast is a bit on hiatus due to my co-host having to take a step back from it. I'm trying to figure out some things. I'm gonna let you guys know as soon as I figure out what's going to happen with the podcast. But check out the previous episodes also, make sure to check out the socials, everything, and I'm gonna see you again on the next one. We have a new anime season starting, so bye bye.